Welcome back to the AI Coach by Anil Nathu. Today, we're taking a deep dive into AI TRiSM, and I think everybody's been seeing this acronym everywhere they look these days.
Yeah, definitely. It's a hot topic.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
I think a lot of people, it sounds very technical. It sounds like a very, a complex thing to wrap their heads around. But
Absolutely.
what we really want to do today is kind of like break it down, um,
Yeah.
and really like take it back to the very, you know
Yeah.
like most basic level. Like, what is this? Why is this so important?
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
and what does it actually mean?
Yeah. And why should we care?
For everyday people.
Exactly.
So TRiSM, stands for Trust, Risk, and Security Management.
Right.
And it's really all about recognizing that even the most sophisticated AI
Uh-huh.
can be vulnerable if we don't have the right frameworks in place.
Yeah. We really need to think about
Right.
what could go wrong and how to stop it before it does
Right.
and make sure that we're building these systems in a responsible way.
So I guess to start off, like, why is this such a big deal now?
Well, I think the truth is that the more we rely on AI, the more important it becomes to manage those risks.
Okay.
I mean, just think about how AI is being used in finance, in healthcare, even in retail. These are all areas where the stakes are incredibly high.
Yeah, if you get a loan decision wrong
Right.
or a medical diagnosis,
Exactly.
that could have
These
devastating
consequences.
consequences for
It's
people.
blue?
So
Yeah.
so it's not just about, sort of hypothetical risks anymore.
Yeah.
It's like this is really impacting people's lives.
And also, I think we've seen some pretty high-profile AI failures in
Uh,
recent years, which have really brought this issue to the forefront.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore it when you see those headlines about
Exactly.
AI gone wrong.
And those failures really highlight the need for better safeguards and ethical considerations. We can't just assume that AI is always going to do what we want it to do.
Yeah, like it's not some magical solution that's going to solve all our problems. It's
Right.
like any powerful tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure we're using it
And we need to be proactive about it.
responsibly.
We can't just wait for things to go wrong before we take action.
So it sounds like there's kind of this growing awareness
Yeah,
of the potential risks of AI.
definitely.
But at the same time, it seems like there's also a lot of excitement about its potential benefits.
Absolutely.
So how do we reconcile those two things?
Well, that's where AI TRiSM comes in.
Okay.
It's about finding that balance between innovation and responsibility.
Okay, so like what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, I think it starts with having a clear understanding of what AI TRiSM is and why it's important. It's not just about preventing those big headline-grabbing AI failures. It's about ensuring that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone.
So like an ethical framework almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's about building trust in these systems, managing the inherent risks, and securing them against threats.
Okay, so like what are some of the key elements of AI TRiSM?
Well, I think one of the most important things is transparency.
Yeah.
We need to be able to understand how AI systems are making decisions. And that means being able to explain those decisions to people who aren't AI experts.
Yeah, because like right now it feels very much like a black box. Let's
Exactly.
say
And
like
that can
this.
be really scary,
Yeah.
especially when AI is being used to make decisions that have a big impact on our lives.
Like who wants to be judged by an algorithm they don't understand
Right.
and can't question?
Exactly. So transparency is really key.
Okay, so transparency is one element.
Yeah.
What else is important?
Well, accountability is another big one.
Okay.
We need to make sure that there are clear lines of responsibility for how AI systems are developed and used.
So like if something goes wrong,
Yeah.
we know who's responsible.
Exactly. And that there are mechanisms in place to hold them accountable.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then, of course, there's the security aspect.
Okay.
We need to make sure that AI systems are protected from attacks and that our data is safe.
Yeah, because I mean, like we're seeing more and more of these like data breaches
Right.
and cyber attacks, and
And AI systems can be particularly vulnerable.
yeah, because it's like this whole new attack surface
Exactly.
that we haven't really had to deal with before.
And the consequences of a successful attack on an AI system could be catastrophic.
Okay, so we've got transparency,
Yeah.
accountability,
Mhm.
security. Those all seem like really important pillars of this AI TRiSM concept.
Yeah, and and I think it's also important to remember that AI TRiSM is an ongoing process.
Okay.
It's not something that you just do once and then you're done. It's
Oh.
something that you need to be constantly thinking about and working on.
This is like an evolving thing.
Exactly. As AI technology evolves, so too will the risks and the challenges of AI TRiSM.
So it's like a never-ending journey.
Right, but it's a journey that's worth taking if we want to ensure that AI is a force for good in the world.
So I guess for people listening to the AI Coach by Anil Nasu, who are, interested in learning more about AI TRiSM and maybe even implementing some of these principles in their own work, where do they even begin?
Well, I think the first step is to just start educating yourself.
Hmm.
There are a lot of great resources available online. There are articles and blog posts and even online courses that can teach you the basics of AI TRiSM.
Okay.
And once you have a good understanding of the fundamentals, you can start to think about how you can apply those principles in your own work.
So like, what are some practical things that people can do?
Well, one thing that I think is really important is to start having conversations about AI TRiSM with your colleagues, with
Yeah.
your clients, with your friends and family.
Okay.
The more people who are aware of these issues, the better.
So like raise awareness, basically.
Exactly. And I think it's also important to start thinking about AIism from the very beginning of any AI project. Don't wait until you're already down the road of development to start thinking about these things.
So bake it in from the start.
Exactly.
Okay. And are there any like tools or resources that people can use?
Yeah, there are actually a lot of great tools and platforms out there that can help you with AIism.
Okay.
For example, there are tools that can help you with data privacy and security. There are tools that can help you with bias detection and mitigation, and there are tools that can help you with explainability.
Okay. So it's like a whole ecosystem
Exactly.
of resources and tools that are out there.
And more tools are being developed all the time.
So it's like a rapidly evolving field.
Yeah. But I think the good news is that there's a lot of momentum behind AIism right now. There are a lot of people who are working on these issues and who are committed to ensuring that AI is used responsibly.
That's great to hear. So I guess like the takeaway here is that AI TRiSM is not just some like abstract concept. It's
Yeah.
like something that has real world implications
Absolutely.
for all of us.
And it's something that we all have a role to play in.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive. For the AI Coach by Anil Nathu, I feel like I've learned a lot just in this short conversation, and I hope our listeners have too. So if you want to learn more about AI TRiSM and to kind of stay up to date on the latest developments, be sure to visit the AI Coach website for more AI insights by Anil Nathu. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. Visit the AI Coach website for more AI insights by Anil Nathu.